morning, you guys. It is Sunday, December 8th. It is 8:19 a.m. in the morning. How are you guys doing this morning? Decided to use one of my first coffee cups, which you can see is a little chipped on the side, but it still works. Only tip. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys, like I said, are doing well today. I gotta sweep my room. I got little pieces of rubber band everywhere. I'm just now getting up, you guys. I've been in the kitchen, washed out the dishes from dinner yesterday. Only thing I didn't do is sweep and mop, which I didn't really need to do. Well, you always need to sweep, but I didn't do that. I just cleaned the kitchen, so clean. My bathroom's clean. I got myself, together. I just didn't feel like putting on, a t-shirt or anything right now. I have on some pants that my daughter bought me some years ago. I love these, y'all. They're flowy. I love it. I just saw that I missed a text message from my sister this morning. I was out, y'all. I took those pain pills for my back and some allergy medication. I wasn't coughing all night. I went to sleep and I was asleep. I may have woke up once or twice, but went right back to sleep, and I'm just now getting up. So yeah, I saw that she texted me around 7:30 about her and my mom going out, and if I wanted to ride with, I definitely would have. But it's 8:20 now, and I'm just texting her back right before I got on with you guys. So I definitely would have went, but it's okay. It wasn't meant for me to go. It just wasn't meant for me to go. And she's not responding, so that means they're probably out and about or in the store or whatever. So I told them just have fun. So I just wanted to get on here, you guys. I am going to work on getting all these videos up and out, because it's filling up my computer disk or whatever you call it. I'm going to work on that this morning. I said my prayers this morning, as usual, not just for myself, but for my family, friends, and loved ones, and all our brothers and sisters in Christ. I have to say, though, my body was a bit sore this morning because of all the coughing I had been doing. And, yeah, it kind of made my body a bit sore. But right now I feel, fine. A second. Yeah, I'm just trying to check these messages really quick. Like overnight, sometimes you get all of these companies and these emails, these texts, these emails from different places advertising this, that, and the other. So I try to get up, I try to clean that all out, because I don't want to miss anything that's really important, but I'm going to try to get in my word today. Go over some bills. Today. And just relax, And just relax. Tomorrow's going to be a brand new day. Work day, I believe it's going to be a busy day. Sun is more off. So it is off. I must have really been asleep. I didn't hear it. Okay. So before I do something with my head, before I work on these videos, I'm going to work on the videos first and then do something with my head. While I'm reviewing the videos, I can do something with my head. But I just wanted to open up my Bible and read with you guys. I had a dream. I think it was a dream. You know, it wasn't a deja vu type thing. I was asleep, but I don't think I was like sleep. So I don't know what to call it. It definitely wasn't deja vu. But in this, I guess, dream, my son, the youngest one, came to me in a dream and was telling me that, you know, he was getting ready to move out and move in with him and his girlfriend. And in the dream, which I would be extremely happy, you know, they find the right person, they think it's gonna work, and they go ahead and take that step or whatever. I'm happy for them. But in the dream, I was like, no, I don't think. I said, I'm happy for you, you know that. I said, but I don't think you should. I said something about this and I've never met the girl in the dream. I go, it's something about this person. I'm getting a very eerie feeling. I said, more eerier than, you know, in the past when I always tell y'all I have these feelings or I have these dreams and things happen afterwards. I said, this is even more than that type of feeling. I said, I need you to please trust me. Even if you don't understand, I need you to trust me. I said, I have a bad feeling. I said, something's not right. I said, I want you to postpone it. I want you to tell her, because I guess when he came in and tell me, she was in the room. He said, I want you to tell her that, you know what, let's give it a little bit more time. Okay, just do that and see what she says. And I said, also, I feel like you should, the moment you go back in that room, I want you to put your phone on record. I want you to put it on record while you walking out of here into the room and do it. I said, please just trust me. And so he did. And he goes in there, he's talking to her. He said, you know, I was talking to my mom, and I think I agree that maybe we should just wait a little bit longer. And she said, what? Wait. And her whole everything changed. Her whole demeanor, everything just, it's like a switch. When you turn the light switch on and off, it's like that quick. The switch went on. And she just changed it. He's standing there. And I told him before he left out too, I said, no matter what she says or does, don't touch her. Don't do anything like that. Don't say anything. Just listen to her. And so that's what he did. And he was like, what's the problem? And she just went off. And she had never met me. She was calling me every name in the book, this, that, the other. And he was telling her, look, watch your mouth, da da da. But she proceeded to go on and on. And I mean, she just snapped. She said, damn it. And she was like, out of all of them, meaning she was dating more than him, he was not aware of that. He said, out of all of them, he said, she said, you were the one I think that was going to pay my these damn bills. She just went off. And she was like, they told me not to do you too damn nice, to move on. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? So all along, it was just BS. And they had been dating for a while, like maybe a year. And I'm like, I told him, I said, don't you find that strange that over a whole year, you've never introduced this person to your mom, and she's never asked to be introduced or to meet your family or anything? You know, and I guess in his mind, he's thinking, let me build this, let me work on this relationship, and then everything else will go from there. And so she's in there acting a fool. I'm like, I'm wondering if he did what I said what I asked him to do. So I knocks on the door, and I have my phone in my hand. I had it on record. And I act like I was going in and look for something to grab something right quick, and was going to leave my phone on the floor out the way where it can be stepped on, but it can record. And so that's what I did. I knocked. I didn't even give him time. I said, I'm just coming in right quick. I just need to grab something, Jeremiah. Sorry, y'all. I didn't even look in their direction. I went right over, you know, act like I was getting something, and I grabbed something, and then I left my phone. And just as I turned to walk out, she addressed me, and she was you know, you this and you that and all. He was like, man, watch your mouth. And she just continued. I said, leave her alone. And I said, yeah, I said, I'm his mom. It's nice to meet you. And she just was talking crazy, going all. And I'm looking at her. She just had this weird look in her face and her eyes. And she said, that's okay, I'll get my money one way or the other. And he's like, what you mean by that? And she said, you know what? She said, I'm just going to hurt myself and say you did it. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to start screaming. And I looked at her and I said, Jesus. Just like that. Just said, Jesus. And she looked at me. She stopped talking. She said, what you calling Jesus for? No, she didn't say his name. She said, she looked at me and she says, why you saying his name? And I said, Jesus. I said, Lord. I said, help her. I said, protect her, Jesus. I said, because I just felt like there was something wrong. That, you know, it wasn't her. Like her eyes looked black. And I just said, help her, Jesus. And the more I would say Jesus, the angrier she would get. And she walked up to me and she tried to cut me or stab me with this little knife, and I grabbed it. So obviously it sliced my hand, but I grabbed it from her. And I told my son, I said, don't do nothing. At this point, he went from recording audio to visually. He, you know, turned the camera on. I said, don't do nothing. And I just continued to say Jesus. And I said, what did you do that for? She said, because I needed to. She said, you keep on saying that name or something, she said. Oh. Okay. I'm going to get on up and get ready then. Let's start memo, y'all. So yeah, she just was getting more and more angry the more I would say Jesus, and I began to say, recite, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I began to recite that. I said, Lord, please help me remember the words right, and I just kept reciting it, keep saying it, and the more I said, she kept backing up, and she was getting angrier and angrier, and all of a sudden she just flew backwards and hit the wall, and she fell, and she kind of was like, you know, shook it off or whatever, and she looked up like she didn't have no clue or idea what was going on. Okay. She didn't have a clue like what was going on, and and she looked over at Jeremiah and she said, what's going on? She said, how long I've been over your, you know, she just was out of it. She didn't know what was going on. He looked at me and I looked at him. I said, I told you someone right. And she got up and she left. She just left. She just said nothing. She just got up and she left. I told him, I said, hold on to that footage. I kept my footage, hold on to it, save it, put it somewhere, because you may need that in the future too. If she do decide to do something and lie, you need to be able to defend and protect yourself, you know. And to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure that was how it ended. I know if once she flew back at the wall, she got up right away immediately and left. I honestly can't remember 100%, but I think that's the way it went. But I know I just had a feeling, you know. And like I tell them, sometimes it don't be that I'm trying to be negative or anything like that. It's just that sometimes you have to trust your gut feeling, you know. You have to, sometimes God is trying to show you something, tell you something, teach you something, and you're not listening, you know, and you miss it, right? Or something else will happen that he was trying to prevent from happening, but because your will is so much stronger than your flesh and your will was more stronger than allowing allowing the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, to speak to you and move and direct you. You're unable to hear that, stronger because your flesh is in the way, right? And just like yesterday with me, on my way to the dollar store, I got turned around, right? Because when I came out of Aldi's, I usually would just cross across, but because they had all this construction going on, you couldn't. Once I was able to get through, I couldn't go right in because they had it blocked off. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go down a little bit and turn around. I couldn't. I had to go all the way down to Cautionary and make a right. And I figured I'd just go around. So the next street was Ogden. And I made a right on Ogden. But the way Ogden runs, I'm thinking as soon as I got where I can make a right, I would make a right and be on Cicero. But when I made a right, I was finna go on the expressway. I was like, oh, no. There was a car behind me, the car coming. I was like, give me time, stop. And I turned around, backed up. I turned around immediately. I was not finna get on the expressway. I was like, give me a minute. And they did, because it was traffic. And we couldn't go nowhere anyway. And so I was able to get behind. And I had to sit there in the traffic for a while and wait. And so what I should have did was went down one more. And so what I did was I got back on Ogden. I was like, okay, now pay attention. And I went down, and then I made a right because I saw the Sam's Club. I made a right, but I should have went down one more. Again, made a right. And as I'm going, you see the sign say Cicero to the left to get on Cicero. So I followed the sign, and once I got to the corner, I knew where I was. Going north would be going back home. Going south would be going toward Archer that way. So I made a left, and I was where I was supposed to be. But to me, that was a sign like, just go ahead on and go home. Right, because sure enough, I went to the dollar store. They were packed. They were just packed out. I ended up going on and getting my inhaler, which I had to pay full price for because I ran out of here and left my keys with my card on it for my employee discount. And he was like, well, we could use only two ways of doing it, with your phone number or your card. Use my phone number, it didn't apply the discount. So why, I don't know. I have to figure that out on Monday as we get a break, because Monday I know it's going to be busy at work. So I'll try to fix that. Also, and then I went to Leamington's and got some ground beef. I just came home. But and ended up messing up his trunk because stopping it from opening because there was a pillow in the back, and I was real careful because my thing stopped opening. I felt like something was stuck in there. So because of that, I was very mindful and aware of what I was doing. Didn't pay attention to the freaking pillow. I'm paying attention to my bags and things, making sure I push them back. Never thought about the damn pillow. Like, why do you have a pillow? But whatever. But he said he'll figure it out. That made me feel like crap. But if he has to get it fixed, obviously I'll help pay for it. But I wanted to take a minute here and read this for y'all. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff that comfort me. God is with us all the time. He's walking with us. He's in front of us, behind us, around us. He's protecting us all the time, even in our sleep. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Y'all, read this prayer, study this prayer, which I want to do more of and going to do. I didn't have plans on going out today, but I am going to go out with them, hang out, get out the house. I do want to get back to church, most definitely. I am working on that. But guys, study that prayer, because there's so much to be said in this word, in this prayer alone. Chapter 23 alone. God is amazing, y'all. I cannot say it enough. I say it all the time. You're probably frustrated hearing me say it, but it's the truth. So because plans have changed a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up and just do a little bit, not a lot, with my hair quick, okay? I'm just going to oil it, oil the scalp a bit, and then I took out the rubber bands up here because the way I had been wearing it, you can see it's all that growth, but the way I had been wearing it, when you look down, to me all you see is rubber bands. So I was like, that's tacky. And then I looked through my stuff yesterday because I was like, I know I have more hair oil in this piece. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated with myself because I took every last dime I had yesterday and we put food in this house. It's just that situation. Sometimes, in between checks, you just getting that. This will smell a little bit like it's coconut oil, but it almost smells like fish oil. Yeah, it's got I don't know, I can't see. Maybe this mixed with. So it's coconut. But anyway, yeah, see, the more I rub it in, you start to smell the coconut. But before that, it smelled like fish. But yeah, guys, God is so good. Like, trust Him gut feelings, because a lot of times that's the Spirit trying to talk to you, trying to come through, cut through, to protect you, save you, direct you, help you prevent having to deal with certain things if you just listen, heed His call, heed the Lord's call, His warning, And I say that out of experience because I myself don't do that enough. I just don't. And I should. We all should. Alright. Because of these braids, your hair has to get oil, has to get moisture of some kind. And I haven't been keeping up with that like I should. I think I'm gonna try to keep these up a little bit longer. Redo them too if I have to, whatever. But I'm gonna keep my hair braided a little bit longer, probably before April, around my birthday time. I'll take them out all together, perm my hair and everything. Definitely wanna get it moisturized as much as possible. So I have not, like I said, been doing that like I should. I was gonna talk to y'all about something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, my doctor. Tomorrow is her birthday. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. Y'all, I think I told y'all the story before, but around this time, it was just a normal day, But I think early in the morning, on December 9th, I don't know if that's somebody's car. I don't know what that is out there. Early in the morning on December 9th, got up, took myself a shower, Got out the shower and realized I was still wet. So where's this water coming from? Sat down on the bed. No, I was standing there and water still kept running. Sat down on the bed, still running. And that's when her father was like, we realized my water broke. I don't remember if he called the doctor or what the case may be, but we realized my water broke. And so we was in South Bend, Indiana. It was like, all right, let's go. We walked all the way to the hospital. Let me tell y'all, we didn't take no cab, we didn't take no bus, we didn't call no ambulance. We did a lot of walking during my pregnancy with her. That's probably why I did not get as big. I pretty much stayed in good shape. The doctor used to laugh at me all the time because he was like, her dad is 6'4", almost 6'5", and the baby, she was long, and it was just so funny, and I was so small. And he would laugh because he just thought it was so funny that for him and her to be as long as they was, as tall as they was, and for me to be so small, and she was kicking my butt. She really was. My body was going through it, and her feet was kicking all up in my ribs, and he just thought, wow, she's long. And so anyway, I think, you know, even in certain situations, like I said, I know the Lord got me, even when I don't even realize it, right? We did a lot of walking. That was actually keeping me healthy, right? And then walking to the hospital, again, God was keeping me because although I was uncomfortable, I was not in excruciating pain. It wasn't until we got to the hospital that I began to be, more painful at this point. But I did not have an epidural or anything like that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. I can't remember having one. I do remember getting sleepy, but I remember that we was in there for a little bit, and when she finally came, she ripped me. She told me to bottom up, ripped me. But yeah, I was in pain, but it wasn't, I was uncomfortable. I was not in excruciating, oh my God, I wasn't in that type of pain, but just more so than anything that I can remember is just being real uncomfortable, but I don't remember, and that's all I remember. And then she was here. I think I was only in like real active labor at the hospital for 6 hours, four or six, something like that, because I knew the time that she was born and all that kind of, it was weird. It had all kind of, was 4s and 6s, and she was so little and quiet. She just looked like a burnt piece of chicken, free chicken with freezer burn on it. She had jaundice, but she was so tiny and long. She was 21.5 inches. She was long. She did not do a whole lot of crying. She did not. Her hair it wasn't like she came out with a whole bunch of hair. Her hair was very short, but it was slick black like silk to her head. And it's kind of still the same way, only it's real long. But she was just the quietest little, and whenever she did cry, if I turned on the TV, the vacuum, things like that, noise, she was calm. And I think that's because while pregnant with her, I was always cleaning, always doing something, and it calmed her. I would play music and put the headphones on my stomach, and she would just be so calm. When I was pregnant with her, she would be so calm. And she came out that way. music on, the music is on, cleaning, things like that, she would sleep. She would just sleep through it. She'd be so calm and quiet. But she was a tiny little thing, just super long. I remember her father holding her in the palm of his hands. I was like, don't do that. You're going to drop her. What if she move a certain way? And sure enough, she turned a certain way. He almost, but he didn't drop her, but he could have. I was like, see, babies are unpredictable when they tiny. They squirming around. They babies. Little bitty things. But yeah, God truly blessed me. He truly blessed me. We had to stay in the hospital for a couple of days. Because again, like I said, I was ripped up. They had to sew me up. And then she had jaundice. So she had to go under the Billy Rubin lights and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah. I was so silly back then about a lot of stuff. The doctor told me she needed to sit in, light, sun, things like that. So I did keep her, because for the jaundice. But as she got older, I was so focused on I didn't want her to get too dark. And they said, how dark your child is going to be when you look behind their ears, the color of their ears. And her ears was a pretty brown. So I knew she was going to be a little darker in color, but a pretty caramel color. And don't get me wrong, black is beautiful. There's so many shades of our African American brothers and sisters. But I didn't want her to be too dark. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. It's just back then, me hearing so much negative and this, that, and the other, I, fed into it. So a lot of times I would be out there. And then they had the type of skin where my skin is very sensitive. And so is theirs, where they didn't need to be out in the sun too much. So sometimes I'd be out following her around with an umbrella. It was crazy. I was silly. I really was. Because I didn't want it to get too dark. I didn't want it to get sick and all that kind of stuff. But I grew up a lot. I'll never forget my grandmother. My dad's mom, my grandma Lula, she's so funny. We had went over to her house one time. And or was it? No, I think we were staying there. The kids that came home from school. Which one was it? Or was I visiting that? I forget. But Jeremiah, she kept licking her thumb and rubbing his face. She like, why that boy so molly? And I was like, what you mean? He got dirt all over. Why he's so molly? Because Jeremiah was a high yellow ass little boy. And I said, that's a tan. She thought he was dirty and she kept licking her finger she kept licking her thumbs and trying to wipe the dirt off of him. We was cracking up. I said, that boy just been out in the sun. He won't stay in the house. I said, that's all that is. He had a tan. And it was the funniest things. Y'all had to see it to believe it. And especially with the way she be talking. The boy Molly. Why he's so Molly? Oh, she was funny. See, I didn't pull this up right. Dang it, I didn't do it right. I was trying to do it more on an angle. And I can't see without the glasses. I'm not finna take it down. I'm just finna get a brush. Hold on. Let me see. Just gonna get a brush. She said that'd be here about 9:15ish. $8.53. Oh, yo. I I may have to take this on down and do it right. I have to, like, that's gonna bug me. That's going to bug me. I need to try to do it right. Let my coffee get cold. I was going to try to donate today, but I'm not going to. I don't feel like it. I would have had to start drinking a lot of water last night and this up until this morning. And dealing with Jeremiah's schedule. He may go in and don't have a route. And here I'm, and then he can't get home. Because I got the car. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let me see, what's this side right? Yeah, it's as good as this side gonna get. So I can pull that up. Let's see. Yeah. See, I'm braiding. I usually, maybe I'll twist this side instead of braiding it. Woo! Ah, ouch. I pulled it too tight and it hurts. Okay. Go ahead. So I don't want it to be too bulky. And the reason why I braid it, because the braid will stay while I'm doing this. It won't unravel. No, that don't look right. It pulled it right, but it don't look right. It's all little raggedy ends and pieces. Come on, Sheena, hurry up so you don't be rushing. It's not that cold outside. I'll probably put on a same t-shirt from yesterday. This is scratchy. Yeah, I got too much going on right now. Oops, not enough funds to cover Netflix bill. Oh well. It's because I spent it yesterday on food. I'll pay them on Wednesday. I'll still be able to use it if I decide to. Until then, it's still a little, it's going to have to do. I'm not going to take it back down after this. So I got to put my clothes on. Put on the same thing I put on yesterday to go to the store. Because that's all I put it on for. As soon as I got back home from the store, I took my clothes back off. This would be a lot easier if I could see. It's hard to breathe with your glasses on. Woo! Jesus. It's pulled too tight. Sorry if you guys keep seeing my meat. But we all go through, we all have the same fat here and there as we get older and we don't exercise and do things that we should. I ain't the only one. I used to worry about stuff like that and care heavily. I still care, but not to the point I'm unable to function. Okay, y'all, that's gonna have to do. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Can't really see it from behind, but it's alright. Whatever it look like, it's alright today. I want to have a little bit tighter. My Bible here on the bed. Choco probably will know why he seems to like to sit on stuff, sit on my phone, my computer screen. Like all the places you could have sat, you come blop your butt down on my electronics. It's 9 o'clock. She sat around 9:15. Knowing her should be here 9:02. She may be sitting out there right now. Okay. That was to let me know Mama's there, warming up her car. So y'all, I'm gonna end it here. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me hurry up and get my clothes on.